Good afternoon, everybody. This is Infrared, and we're standing in Union Square, so you don't have to. So this is installment 3 of our series, Broadway by the Hour, where we're walking the entire length of Broadway in Manhattan from the Battery all the way up to the Harlem River in digestible 1-hour increments. We're at Union Square. It's Friday, April 1st, but I'm telling you the truth. At about 3:15, a busy day in Union Square, the market being open today, the Union Square Green Market. All right. Well, neither. So, across the street, what do we have? But a shop that sells exclusively Italian chocolate from Venki. Oh, perhaps gelato too. Yes, gelato. And look at the wall of chocolate bars. I've been in there before. It's very good. Paragon Sports has been here forever. Well, this says 1908. That's forever enough for me. 114 years. I recall being sent down to Paragon Sports back in 1975 when the running craze was beginning here, saying they had a great selection of running shoes, which they did. I think that's where I bought my first pair. Pumas. Do they still make Pumas? So we're walking north on Broadway. We're in the... Oh, I can't read the sign. We're in an historic district. Fishizetti. Dishes galore. Oh, this is the Ladies Mile Historic District. It began at Union Square. Ladies Mile because ladies' dress shops and garment businesses were located along here. I don't know. So on this walk, we started at Union Square, and Union Square is where Broadway, which runs a diagonal basically from southeast to northwest. Whenever Broadway crosses another north-south street, there's usually a square. So at Union Square is where Broadway crosses 4th Avenue. Or does it? Where's the Empire State Building? We'll take advantage of the sand-colored, beige-colored pedestrian safety zones. A lot of these safety zones and seating areas over here were created in the last 15 years. A lot of, well, this is confusing because motor vehicles are driving on this sand-colored pavement. Now I'm not sure what's safe and what's not for pedestrians, but a lot of these pedestrian areas were created in the last 15 years, a lot along Broadway, and so traffic along Broadway has been forcibly reduced. But here's another instance where Broadway crosses another north-south avenue, 5th Avenue. So where Broadway crosses 5th Avenue at 23rd Street, it's Madison Square. Well, that's nice. And this is Madison Square Park. That's a statue of William Seward in the back. And 1 block away is Madison Avenue. That's the beginning of Madison Avenue. And Madison Square Park is the home of the original Shake Shack. Yep, Shake Shack located in the park. It was before that structure was set up, and when that was the only Shake Shack, it had lines. You could be waiting in line for 45 minutes easily. But Shake Shack started as just a hand-pulled cart on the sidewalk at the entrance to Madison Square Park. And here we have Italy, the original New York location of Italy. There's also one in the World Trade Center. And maybe we should walk briefly through Italy. Right. You can get here, of course, by taking the RW to 23rd Street. So, and if you'd rather play than eat, you have the Lego store here. So, let's walk through and just get a sample of Italy.
Got like a little shop with just like eating outside.
Remember, just 6 blocks away on Broadway, we had a Venky store. And so, one shouldn't have to walk more than a 3-block radius to be able to get Italian chocolate.
No, it's gonna be for a good cause. So 50% of the sale will go towards charity.
Our harbor in Italy.
It's just not enough.
Asta. Right. And that's a sample of Little Italy. I'm sorry. Italy. Sensory overload. Well, we entered on Broadway, but we exited on 23rd Street. So, the exterior of Italy morphing into a Lego store.
Yeah, sure, of course. And they have the seating area.
And another Rafiki's. We saw one at Union Square. A newsstand that's actually open. And in case you didn't see enough of Italy, it looks like they have a stand across in the park there, open during the warm weather. Okay, we'll wait. We're gonna go straight ahead up Broadway, and then if we were to take the right fork, we would be going up Fifth Avenue. Again, this is all colored beige, so a safety zone? I think so. What do we think this is? No trespassing. What is this structure in the middle of nowhere? what happened to Hill Country Chicken. So again, we're walking in the middle of Broadway, but it's all for pedestrians and bikes. I've never experienced this before. And pretty nice, unusual posts for the sidewalk bridge. Oh my goodness. I forgot to point out one of the most iconic buildings in the city, but maybe I missed it because it's shrouded in scaffolding and netting. So this is the Madison Square North Historic District. New to me. The Smith, outdoors and indoors. Oh, people actually eating outdoors. I think the Smith has another location across from Lincoln Center, or at least it did. All right, we're back on a section of Broadway that permits automobiles. Oh, and when I was pointing out the enshrouded iconic building in the distance before, I forgot to say the Flatiron Building. Broadway and 29th Street, Milk Bar. I can only vouch for their ice cream, which is sold in local stores. It's very good. (30th Street looking west, and you can see part of Hudson Yards and a fire truck trying to get through. Trying. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
'Where are these people coming from? 31st Street, more of Hudson Yards in the back. Fire truck doesn't seem to be in such a hurry anymore. All right. (32nd Street). This is the beginning of a 1 to 2 block stretch called Koreatown. Why? Let's see. Let's take a 1 block detour here. Maybe not even so much. By the way, behind us on 32nd Street, going 1 long block, is Penn Station. So if you're interested in Koreatown, just take any train that goes to Penn Station and you'll find it. 32nd Street. And here we go. Including H Mart, which sells Asian foods. Shanghai. Well, that doesn't sound very Korean. But now, a lot of these places were pre-pandemic open 24/7. Are they still? Good parking job. So, not 24 hours. Here we go. Are you open? Delicious wax food. All right. Get a sample. That. Let's cross the street and see what's on this side. So this one is open 24 hours on weekends. The rest of the week, unfortunately, it's only open 8 a.m. to midnight. New Wanjo, can personally vouch for, having eaten several Christmas dinners there. And New Wanjo was a 24/7. Is it still? Don't know. Okay.
I don't want any of them in.
Creme brulee. And it's not just this block of 32nd. There are a lot of Korean restaurants, a lot more, on 33rd, 34th, 35th. Come here, have great Korean food. Otherwise, go to Flushing and have great Korean food. Someday we'll walk Flushing. So, if you see Macy's in the distance, that's Herald Square. Macy's, the world's largest store. Really? And this used to be Gimbel's. Right? And this was Corvette's. And it went through a number of changes. I think at one time it was called Manhattan Mall. Anyway, Herald Square, where Broadway and another North-South Avenue, 6th Avenue, intersect. By the way, the PATH train also has a branch that begins here at well, the station is called 33rd Street, but it's actually at 32nd Street. So it's the PATH 33rd Street branch at 32nd Street. PATH train goes to Newark and Hoboken. It also comes from those two places. Macy's. World's largest store. It says so. And signs posted on the sides of stores never lie. So, self-explanatory. Well, let's go inside for a bit. All right, back outdoors on 34th Street, heading east and approaching Broadway. Let's see what Macy's has in its windows.
Something stiff.
The next train's arriving. Take your time. Back on Broadway, heading north. Heading north from 34th Street. Taking advantage of Broadway being open to pedestrians and people who just want to sit. Another view of Macy's flower show. Another view of the sign saying Macy's flower show. Now, we didn't see these windows up close earlier. As we entered Macy's here. Ooh. The church bell's tolling. Time to leave Macy's. No, actually it's 4 p.m. or close enough. My watch says 3:59. Traffic, 35th Street. Probably trying to get to the Lincoln Tunnel. Nuts for nuts, moving on for the day. Really, there's so much left of the evening too. Hair Building, also known as Gotham Hall. Right. I don't think I've seen this either. A Starbucks pickup only location. The future is here. A premium sidewalk shed. Souvenir stores and luggage shops. We must be getting near to Times Square. Sorry. Well, this is one of the widest one-way bike lanes I've ever seen. There's no one on it. Portions of Times Square are beginning to appear in the distance. Thirty-ninth Street. Haven't seen this kind of separator for a bike lane before. Good warning for pedestrians. Gifts and luggage. Now, is this the same Joe's Pizza that's in the West Village on 6th Avenue near Bleecker? I think it is. there's the back of the main branch of the New York Public Library in Bryant Park. Thank you. Thank you, New Jersey. All right. You can see we're getting closer to Times Square just by the amount of sensory overload. And if you think this is overload, oh, not familiar with this place, but if you're in the mood for a hamburger that greatly exceeds the height of the opening of your mouth, that is the place. And the bug tour. Don't know how that works since it's April 1st and adult use marijuana, as it's now called, they don't call it recreational anymore. It's not yet set up for legal retail sales. 42nd Street, looking east towards Grand Central, well, Bryant Park, Grand Central, UN, and west. And here we are, Times Square. Times Square, and what everyone associates with Times Square, one of the big four accounting firms. And again, another timestamp. Only in theaters April 15th. This is April 1st. I kid you not. A Staten Island bus going to Sunnyside, which until now I thought was a neighborhood in Queens. I didn't know there was a Sunnyside in Staten Island. We're entering, I guess, what is expected to be a crowded Times Square, and so we're going to see these signs throughout. These signs are posted throughout Times Square. No one pays attention to them. So millions of people come to Times Square to see people doing exercises. Whoa, there is some kind of press conference taking place here. Let's see. Or something. What's going on? Well, I don't recognize these people, but certainly a lot of other people do. Jollibee, the Filipino chicken and dessert chain. There's currently one in Woodside, Queens. What was that? Oh, so this bus is called The Ride, and that's it. They sit sideways and look out the windows, and part of the ride experience is that the company that provides the tour has actors stationed at various points. I don't know how else to describe it. Kane's Chicken coming soon. So this is 7th Avenue with vehicular traffic on it. Broadway is what we're walking on. It's closed, obviously. So imagine, I mean, it's as crowded as this is, and remember, we're still just coming out of the pandemic, maybe. But imagine how crowded the sidewalks were before Broadway was closed.
Road this way? You can sit over here.
Good taste. Okay. Oh.
Right, so what does the time?
Wow, Kit Kat Lemon Crisp miniatures. I think maybe we'll just spend the rest of the hour on this one display. I never knew they had all these varieties. Okay. This is the seating area, well, open to anyone, but it's on top of the TKTS discounted ticket booth. Same day discounts for Broadway and off-Broadway shows. So what do they have available today?
Broadway tickets, any local shows? Check out the films here, not something stuff, you know. Lion King, Wicked.
Comfortable way. Take me out.
Hamilton, Hadestown.
And here's the actual box office for TKTS. Is there a line? Yes, there's a line. Yep, New York's a ghost town. Right. So, a large number of people waiting for discounted Broadway tickets. And some kind of physical performance going on there. Father Duffy, and this is also called Father Duffy Square. Well, let's continue walking in this pedestrian area. Genuine New York Italian food. Let's take another look south on Times Square, at Times Square. Right, so one last look at Times Square, and it's about 4:15 on Friday, April 1st, 2022. And perhaps the April Fool's joke today is maybe it will rain in a few minutes. And so this has been part of Broadway by the Hour. where we're going to walk all the way up Broadway from the bottom of Manhattan to the top in digestible 1-hour segments. This is infrared, and this is what you've been watching